Today I'm illustrating a children's book. Hi everyone, Steve Elliott here again. This is something a little bit different. I am using Artrage on my Samsung Galaxy Note 8. I've just bought the full package, or the full program, the full app. It only cost £4 something. It's really cheap. I'm so impressed with the single brush version that I had to invest. Another reason I had to invest is my daughter, who has written a children's book, has asked me to illustrate it, and she wants the images to be a square format. And to do that, I had to buy the app, because she was sort of saying she wanted, first of all, a watercolor sort of theme or style for the images, and she told me what she wanted, and I thought, I quite fancy doing this in oil paints with really thick paint, because so every single page of this children's book would look like an oil painting. Now, I've never illustrated a children's book before. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. I'm just guessing. I've read lots of children's books to my two daughters, so I kind of got an idea of what you can find in a children's book. So I thought I would do, I wanted it to be sort of oil painting. So this is the painting that, I produced for her, and her brief for this one, just, as a sort of a quick tester, was she wanted a hobbit hole with a door in it, very similar to The Hobbit, as for part of a story. Although there are no hobbits in this story, there are fairies and there are dragons and other fantastic animals, but she does not want them to be illustrated. She wants the children to use their imagination, because she always said when she was a child, she always had an idea of what the creatures looked like, and was always disappointed with the illustrations. And the actual book is all about teaching children about different types of flowers and what times of the year they come out and where to find them, but in this sort of fantasy world backdrop. So it all sounds really good fun, and I thought it'd be just a really fun thing to do, so I couldn't say no. I really like the idea of this. And because I had so much fun on my phone painting the other day, I thought, how cool would it be if I could actually illustrate the old book just on my phone? So I bought the app, and that's what I'm going to try and do. And I'm not worried about resolution and images being of high enough quality, because now I bought the app, I can record the scripts and then run them on the PC to get much larger high-res images. So that's really cool. I will actually do a proper review of this app now I bought it, because the one that I use for my sort of doodling's only got one brush in it, and this is really good. I actually like it more than the iPad version. It's just about to paint an oil painting on your phone. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So anyway, this is my first venture into a children's illustration ever. I've done a few doodles for my daughters when they were little, but nothing that was anything serious. And this is just a demo painting. I don't think it's meant to be used in the book. It was just a proof of concept that I wanted to show her of how we could illustrate it with oil paints rather than watercolors. And once she saw it, the finished picture, she just went, "Oh wow, that's what I want. That's what I want." So this is the style we are going to be doing it in, and I think she might self-publish it on Amazon or something when it's done. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, this is the sort of concept painting that I produced. I had a lot of fun with this. I didn't paint it any style like I would doing a proper painting. I just went straight in on the white canvas and I painted the tree first instead of the background. and got those shapes in. So I was sort of working back to front. And then I went in with the sky and just putting in these sort of really thick, bold brush strokes that I thought looked really nice. And I'm using, obviously, a really bright, saturated palette with strong colours, because obviously children like bright colours. And I am using, someone was asking me about colours and, you know, am I sort of working on some sort of theory, or do I just feel it? And this one, I'm just feeling it really. And if you look at the colours, we have got green and purple and pinks in there, which are complementary to one another. So they are going to work well. And I really do just feel it. Although I have got a reasonable understanding of colour theory, it's not just about colour, I suppose. It's about tone and tonal contrast and your lights against your darks. So am I going to use a light blue or a darker blue? Or, I mean, if you look at some of those greens in the foreground, they're bordering on being white. So you've got to think more about just colour. You've got to think about tone as well. So I'm going to try and talk about colour a bit more when I do these videos, I think, because I don't really touch on why I choose a particular colour. I created a new layer here to get these nice clean colours on the top, and you can see there's my little fairy door I thought I'd put it in the bottom of a tree, because everybody knows fairies live in trees, or the bottoms of trees. I've got to say, if you want to see a fairy, never try and look at it straight on, because it will be gone. You won't see it. If you want to see a fairy, you've got to look at it out of the corner of your eye. Then you might get a glimpse. That's all I want to say about fairies. Anyway, this is the end of my illustration for a children's book. Let me know what you think. If you think it'll work, I'd like to hear your opinions. A bit of research before we do it would be quite nice. So if you could put some sort of feedback, if you think it's a good idea, that would be absolutely awesome. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching this video with me. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. As always, it's much appreciated. It helps me out a lot. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, because I have lots of videos like this and I would love to be sharing them with you. So hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.